Welcome to the Don Sirius Show. Whether you're a curious mind or someone seeking inspiration, the Don Sirius Show is your go-to destination. We promise to ignite your curiosity and leave you with fresh insights after each episode. So subscribe, tune in, and enlighten your mind.
I don't want to call it a theory. I have an intellectual or intelligent statement about this stuff. See, I think that this stuff we call AI is just a marketing phrase because I don't truly think this is artificial intelligence. It is stacked algorithms. It's complex algorithms, but it's just a learning machine or computer or stacked algorithms. So it's really not conscious. If you look up the definition of artificial intelligence, it's not there even closely. And I think they're doing a damn good job at marketing a very more up to speed programming. I give them kudos on that one because they damn sure sold it because everybody using the phrase AI, artificial intelligence, but nah, that shit is not intelligent. I've been challenging since I started using ChatGPT and some other ones. I have a Discord server and I got an AI in there too. And it's flawed. And when Snapchat first put their AI in there, like that motherfucker told me, like, yeah, I went on a walk today. And I challenged him, I'm like, on a walk? How you went on a walk? You don't even have a body. And then it was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And I'm just like, oh wow, so you lying to me now? And it tried to catch itself. And so this shit ain't intelligent. That just really stacked algorithms to me though. I don't know. That's just my thing. We're like parasites to this planet. We just like, I use the word ravage. Yeah, yeah, go for it. Yeah, I have a friend in California. On a side note, when COVID was like at its peak, she was like, you want a whole purge. Because, I'm a veteran and she kind of like knows me and I act like she don't, but that's on a side note. So, you know, I'm sideways kind of sort of agreeing with everything you said. But I'm gonna stop with the side notes and get back on track because AI is supposed to make our life easier, but do you think? And hold up, let me rewind. I also agree with you because I am pro AI, pro whatever stack algorithms, but it's supposed to make our life easier. But do you think we will become a slave to it, or you think we will still rule and run it, or what? What's your outcome? What's your take on this? I be monitoring other people's podcasts, like I'm in like little different groups on Facebook, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't mean to be like tooting my horn, toot toot, but like my
I said, go
my
ahead and do.
whole, huh? Well, like toot toot, but I ain't gonna lie, my shit lit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like the whole setup, the vibe, the aura, the editing. I see other people's shit. I be like, oh, bro, I'm up here beating myself up like I'm just trash or some shit. But I am my worst enemy. I think I should be because I put myself on such a high standard and I got such a hell of a skill set and knowledge and experience. And I try to combine all of them and I just put myself, but so I start like looking at, let me compete with like other podcasts that have been doing it for years. Not like looking at other people's shit because like they be on some old like it's okay to be ratchet. I mean, I'm from Shreveport. That's the home of Ratchet City. That's where the word come from. So I don't got a problem with being ratchet, but sometimes they just be making up fake ass controversy and shit, and then they don't be having a nice environment. They set up these just trash. They be trying to clone other people's podcasts. I'm no clone, not at all.
I know that's
I
right.
am the only Don Sirius.
Let me see.
But continue.
I'm trying to think, kind of like where I was. Okay, so productivity, I'm
Well, it says my
okay
note said,
with now
yeah, yeah.
because I need help with it. So the only thing I'm tired of is like I said, all these subscriptions and stuff. Because y'all just bundle this all up for me in one little thing and like I'm talking about all of it from the internet, all
Yeah,
of
my
it, all the
sister, she got
internet,
a
the
low key.
Netflix. Can you just bundle it all up in one thing and just give me one flat rate like it's cable TV? Since you're gonna charge me monthly anyways, like, oh, mm,
Yeah, I missed the. Well, they still exist, the Fire Stick days though. But mm, yeah, I
now
have
let me
mixed
see.
feelings
Now
about the
what
Fire
else?
Stick.
And that you said okay, so productivity, like I said, I'm cool with. The fitness tracker, because I believe that anything
Yeah.
dealing with your health and your health biometrics, I really do feel like it's important that you keep up with your own data for yourself. Beyond anything else, keep up
Yeah.
with it for yourself, because nobody knows, nobody else is
Yeah.
gonna know your body more better than you. So uh,
I definitely agree with that. Another note, it was saying discuss how AI claims to streamline personal development but often creates unnecessary complexity. Hmm. I think sometimes it does,
can you give me an
create
example? Because
unnecessary complexity
I
because
haven't ran into the complexity. The only thing that I can think of that is complex right now about AI is just, when you are you're like, you're using like chat GPT, and you're like, pretend that you are a such and such, and so on and so forth, and you tell it to do something, and it's like, and the results is like, that's not quite what I was going for. And so you have to continue, you have to tweak what you tell the chat box, get to get what
yeah,
you
like
ultimately want out of it. And so that's the only thing I can think of that involves complexity, but that might be due to my novice of using AI.
well, I don't know. I mean, let me see. Let me think of a good one. Like when I first started figuring out how it worked, I have a friend. He's from Jersey. He helped me educate me on it, and he says now I'm the teacher, but I still don't feel like I know a lot because sometimes people use it differently. But some days I'm just all over the place with it. So like, let's see. Like one day I wanted to just try it and test it out. So I done all kind of things. I turned my progress into a game, like my progress for the show. I turned it into a game, and it got really complex because the game to win the game, I'm supposed to have like 100,000 followers after 12 months, and I'm supposed to input data every month. I'm supposed to monitor all the platforms. It had to know all of that information. It had to know the niches. It took a minute to get to that point, but then sometime complexity was like I just wanted to see if it could be a physicist or a teacher like physics 101 and 201 and 301. And Lord, I don't want to learn physics, but came to find out it was a teacher. It was a physicist teacher, like as a professor. Uh like, it's just I made it become a music attorney, and it made me a general contract for leasing instrumentals. And then I took it, but then it asked me like, but do you want like specific rights and all that? And normally I would go holler, talk to attorneys and pay them money. And it kind of also like the complexity actually showed me how like, man, had they been robbing the fuck out of us for a long time. Thank you for bringing this shit to the table. Cause now, even though I don't want to like completely trust the contract is drawn up, it shortened the business, it shortened it a little bit. And that's another one of my notes because we're trying to figure out, if this thing is going to do away with certain artistic things like, drawing, sketching, because it got AI generative AI, where it generates art. I mean, it generates a whole, it helps you publish a book. It could be your publisher. It could not so much edit your book, but it could like catch the flaws and stuff. You don't even got to go holler at a publisher no more. Well, editor, you can, still look for a publisher, but I don't know. That's like
I
it can get
mean,
complex.
but
It
I
just
mean, to
depends on
me,
your way of thinking.
all of those things are good things. And it also should push humans to figure it out. Like, if the if the co- if the computers are coming
You
to
should say,
take
figure it
over
out.
your artistic abilities, then guess what? You suck as a human. Get it together. We created the computers. Humans created the
I agree
computers.
with that.
So you mean to tell me something that you've created something that's going to supersede the human ingenuity and innovation?
Have anybody ever told you how the computer was modeled after the human?
I mean,
Maybe you heard it, maybe you
it
haven't.
makes sense, but still, you're it is
from a
It
certain perspective. So
it
let
does
me see if you heard this
okay,
before.
so look, now this is when we're gonna get into the Transformers movie, okay? The last one, okay? It does not have a
Yeah, go for
soul.
it. I like. Yeah.
Like
Oh,
Galvatron
okay.
was Megatron, but it was Megatron without a soul. It does not have a soul. This AI does not have a soul. So how could it how it does
They don't even have a
yes.
consciousness.
I mean, consciousness is awareness in my opinion. And so um
True.
microorganisms have a level of consciousness, right? And so we can give AI a level of consciousness because we're talking about intelligence, which is just information. And that is actually just what runs AI. It is intelligent information at a high speed. It's
Yeah, I call it
processing
data
data and
crunching.
information at a rapid speed. And with that, it's collecting data, but they've been
Remember
collecting
data from
data
Star
on
Wars?
us. They've been collecting data on us for decades. That's why now, I mean, essentially they can set their watch by us because they've been collecting data on us. They know what we like. They know, I mean, it's gotten so bad now that, it's like, oh, well, adult attention spans. And here, get a dopamine response every
Ooh,
7 seconds, every
yeah.
30 seconds. And put yourself in like put yourself in a hypnotic state on your own. Like you would think that you need to be taught how to hypnotize yourself, but you every time you pick up that phone and you're
Yeah.
scrolling, that's
Yeah.
hypnotization. That's hypnotization. You're you're hypnotized. And so that's yeah.
That's funny you
So I'm
said
just
that.
saying, like,
Go ahead.
I'm just not gonna be for me, I don't feel sorry for the human existence. Humans create things and then turn around and play victim to their own creations. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
like,
I never really heard
I don't
anybody say
like
that, but
like
I
I
agree with
mean
that.
humans I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Like if you like it's for me instead of like jumping into like the esoteric and the conspiracy theories and all of that, like that's just really how I frame it. I'm like, y'all created this mess.
Yeah, you know what? There's a guy that we went to college together, and when I was having some like mini debate with him on my Facebook about AI, he was basically disagreeing with it. He don't like it because he thinking it's taking away your self resilience and taking away your critical thinking and emotional intelligence and all of that kind of stuff. And he says it's making us dumber, but from my perspective, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's making us smarter because I'm able to crunch information a lot faster. And the old Google search, first Google was kind of open, and then Google became like an algorithm, and then Google kind of narrowed down what the fuck it wants you to see. Because I am 48, and I'm from the old internet when you had to type in the www dot, and somebody had to tell you about a new website or a new phenomenon on the internet. So I was able to go looking around for shit as much as I want, and all you newbies to the world, when I say newbies, I mean like 30 and below, you have never seen the real internet. I'm being real serious about that. So my friend that said this is making us stupid or dumber or whatever, how you said it, I disagree because um I think I'm getting smarter from being able to put a lot of information in front of me and process it because I'm a human and I process way better than any computer on planet Earth because I have a conscious and a subconscious. So even if my subconscious utilizes my eyeballs and see all them words on there, it probably done read that shit 10,000 times already. And when I go to sleep, I wake up with new ideas. That's my perspective or whatever.
So one
For real.
point of information. I can't think of the guy's name. He's a city councilman. That's what he died earlier this year. Yeah, point of information.
I know who you're
Yeah,
talking
so
about. Is he an
point
old
of
black man?
information. Okay, so listen, I don't agree that this is making us smarter.
What's his name?
I do not feel like I don't. Okay, but I
You
don't
don't?
feel like it's making us dumber either. I just feel like what we have failed to realize is that we keep coming up with all of these things. Now, to your point in the notes, right, about the convenience, the oversaturation of convenience. I do feel like
Yeah.
some of this does contribute to making us lazy, lazy both mentally and physically. But some of this is just kind of like a part of the human experience. Like right now, like humans really are entitled. They really feel entitled. I mean, we got humans thinking that if they feel some type of way that the world needs to stop because you feel offended.
Yeah, in 2024 going into this
And
Julie in
that right there don't even
2025.
have nothing to do with
Yeah, I can see
technology.
where you're coming from.
You see what I'm saying? So that's why I say, to me, the
Nah.
technology itself is not, we come out with all types of innovation and ingenuity and so on and so forth. But the thing about it is that just because we can oversaturate the market with all types of conveniences for ourselves to make our lives quote unquote easier, that doesn't mean that human intellect is evolving. And that's my issue. I don't feel like human intellect is evolving. Um, what I like to say and how I like to frame it is that people say to me, there's nothing new under the sun. And I say, okay, well, there's nothing new under the sun. You don't find nothing wrong with that?
That's a good question. I heard my friend say that before, and you know, I'm not gonna say I don't dig deep into what he said, but I guess I'm a left-handed, right brain thinker, so I am one of those guys that I was looking for something new under the sun. So I mean, I'm a black sheep on the planet Earth, and I learned the hard way that trying to talk to the average human being, it ain't gonna work for me. Uh, I've been ostracized and blackballed too many times. That should get on my fucking nerve. But I also agree with you on that though. And
See, I'm having a
yeah, I
different
mean,
experience. So when I'm online and I'm expressing these views,
yeah,
when I'm saying like things like yesterday, when I was online live streaming or what have you, um, this
yeah.
person was talking about you don't know great black leaders and this that, and the third, and I was like,
I'm listening. I'm sorry. I don't mean to chuckle.
I'm
Ho,
here
ho,
for the
ho. No, go
chuckles.
ahead.
Um, I'm here for the chuckles, but I just was
Okay.
like, what leaders? Like, what are you talking about? I said, I don't. And he was like, well, so the your man isn't your leader. I said, but that wasn't what you were talking about. That's not the context of this situation. Of course, um, my man is a part of the leadership in my life. Of course, that's personal. You We have a problem with edifying other humans above ourselves. Like, these people put on their pants one leg at a time, just like you. They eat,
Yeah.
sleep, defecate, just like you. It's like it's really no difference. And for me, what I can tell is that humans be lying. I said, well, you say you research and you said you found these leaders. I said, what I found out is that humans be lying. They be lying. That's my thesis. Humans be lying. Y'all be lying, and y'all be lying for centuries upon centuries upon centuries upon centuries. And so then and then again, and to tie it into what we're talking about,
Yeah.
then you create all this stuff. Okay, you create these lies, and then you gaslight the rest of humanity when whatever you created comes to bite you in the ass.
You know what? I'm a back you up on this because we live in America, and America's a I mean, not a communist. Jesus. America is a consumer/capitalist nation.
hyper
So they didn't.
hyper
I don't think they
consumerism.
developing anything.
Baby, we as consuming,
Yeah, I don't think they
they're
develop
damn
anything to
near
help us
cannibals.
feel better.
But continue.
Yeah, I don't think they developing anything to make our lives better because, like, with TikTok and with Instagram and this whole social media, we can see other countries. Like, there's a black guy over there in Thailand. He's living and he's talking about his, better, way of living, cheaper. There's videos from China. These people got like nice new technology, nice stuff to help make your life a lot easier. I mean, yes, maybe one country is a communist country, or yes, maybe this and that, but the stuff they invent over there, it's like we getting it last or something like that. Because when I was in the army and I lived in Germany, they were doing things in Germany before I got back. When I got back to the United States, they was like just now doing shit that I've been doing
Well,
over there for two and a
because
half, 3 years
we
ahead of the
have the
time.
federal government over here. We have to go through federal regulations. And that's a whole lot of red tape, which is what Trump has been referring to this whole time, about all this, red tape, all this, federal all this spending on via the federal government, because the federal government is the largest employer in the United States. And the federal government
Yeah.
is not lean. It's very bureaucratic. There's several levels of managers, deputy directors, directors. The director has a deputy director, has a manager, a CEO, chief financial officer, chief information officer, who has an assistant that has an assistant. Baby, I'm talking about layers upon layers, teams upon teams. It's a very bureaucratic thing, and there's always all of this red tape that you have to go through to get anything done. Now, people feel some type of way, when
Yeah.
Trump is essentially saying that he wants to get rid of all of this regulation and oversight and so on and so forth, because one, and I know this is a different subject, but just kind of to touch on it, like this is the
Go
thing
for it.
that humans created: bureaucracy.
Okay.
They
Yeah,
created
I
this
agree.
system,
Yeah.
and the people who are benefiting from the system, i.e., Black people, because remember, the feds are the largest employer in the United States, right?
Okay.
And a lot of Black people have federal jobs.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
Right.
I was a veteran, so that's a federal
So,
job. Yeah. Okay. You got the post office, the military,
and
FBI.
not to say that ain't no white folks up there, all that stuff, because of course, yes, it is, because who created the government and for whom? So I'm just saying, in the United States of America, who created this government, who created this system, and who did they create it for? But nonetheless, I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, we create these systems and play victim when the system bites us in the ass.
The Don Sirius Show.